These 5 people are amongst the greatest quiz players in Britain. Together they make up the Eggheads, arguably the most formidable quiz team in the country. The question is, can they be beaten? Welcome to Eggheads, the show where a team of 5 quiz challengers pit their wits against possibly the greatest quiz team in Britain. You might recognise them as they have some of the finest quiz credentials in the country. They are the Eggheads. Well, our challengers today are Groovy Revolution from Manchester. The team are all members of a band called Groovy Revolution and have been playing together professionally for the past 6 years. As it stands now, Groovy Revolution are 2 down in terms of brains in the final round. The Eggheads haven't lost any. Our next subject is going to be sport. Who likes their sport? Matt, Kelvin or Graham?
Right.
OK, yeah, Graham's quite sporty.
Yeah,
well, Kelvin's sporty as well, aren't you? But Graham's got a more generalised sort of sporting background.
Player rather than a...
Yeah, I think Graham, definitely.
Yeah.
OK, Graham, and who would you like to play? Daphne, CJ or Judith?
I think Daphne.
Do you think?
I think sport's her weakest subject, so...
She hasn't got any weak subjects.
I know she hasn't got any weak subjects, but, you know...
So it's going to be...
Daphne.
Graham against Daphne. OK, you seem to have a steady hand on this band, Matt.
My plan doesn't seem to be working, though, does it?
Listen, we're only halfway through the head-to-heads. You know, it can still be all square in the final round. OK, well, let's have Graham and Daphne into the question room, please. So, Graham, sorry, G-Man, where's that come from, then?
Well, to be honest, it's not the most inventive of our nicknames. It's pretty much just an abbreviation of Graham.
What's your favourite music?
I kind of like most things, but I'm a particular fan of sort of Latin stuff, particularly samba. But I like my jazz and funk and things as well.
Oh, really? And do you play any of that? Did Groovy Revolution play any of that?
We do a samba version of a couple of songs.
Samba versions of what?
Walking on Sunshine and Call Me Al.
That sounds good.
Yeah, it's good fun.
Now, would you like to go first or second?
I'll go first, please.
OK, Sport Graham, your first question. Vinnie Jones was the captain of which country in international football? Northern Ireland, Scotland or Wales?
Right, I'm pretty sure it's not Northern Ireland. Yeah, I'll go for Wales.
Wales. Pretty amazing to a lot of people that any of those teams turned up, isn't it? Given how resolutely English he seems, but he clearly had some Welsh antecedents that qualified him to play for Wales and captain the country. There you are.
Good start.
OK, Daphne, the US Open and the Australian Open tennis tournaments are played on which surface? Hard court, clay court or grass court?
I think they're played on clay, damn it. Clay.
OK, clay courts. Well, we know there's only one grass court tournament, but there's a mix, isn't there, between hard and clay. CJ?
Both the US and the Australian are played on hard courts.
It's a hard court, Daphne.
Right.
What a start. You're in the lead, Graham, against a formidable player, Daphne. Now, if you just keep getting the next 2 questions right, you're through to the final round. It's guaranteed. It can't be changed by Daphne. But you've got to get them right. Steve Backley has won 2 Olympic silver medals and 1 bronze in which athletics event? The high jump, the hammer or the javelin?
I'm pretty confident about this one. It's the javelin.
You're going for the javelin. Let's put you 2-0 in the lead. Steve Backley has won 2 Olympic silvers and 1 bronze. In the javelin, it's the right answer. Daphne knew it as well. OK, 2-0 to the G-Man. Got to get this then, Daphne. Darren Lockyer was voted the best player in the world in which sport in 2006? Snooker, rugby league or squash?
I don't think it's snooker. I've just got a vague feeling he might be a rugby league player. So that's what I'm going for.
Rugby league? Mm-hmm. Not often the Eggheads are under so much pressure.
I know.
You don't even know if this is going to be enough, even if you do get it right, to keep you in the game, but it is the right answer, rugby league. OK, well, the knife's still poised. Graham, this to put you through to the final round. The first member of Groovy Revolution to make it into that final round. Here you go. The London Monarchs are a defunct team that competed in which sport in the 1990s? Baseball, American football, or ice hockey?
I'm not entirely sure. I don't think it was baseball. I can't think of baseball being that big. Stab in the dark, I'll say American football.
I said the knife was poised, but if you, if you get this wrong, Daphne can come back, take you to sudden death, and I've seen this happen so many times before on Eggheads. But I'm not going to see it this time. American football is the right answer. You're through to the final round. I told you we were only halfway in those head-to-heads. It could all change. You've knocked out a former brain of Britain there. Graham, Daphne, would you come back and join your teams? Well, Graham, well done there. Is this the start of the Groovy Revolution comeback? As it stands, Groovy Revolution. I've lost 2 brains from the final round, but they've just knocked Daphne out to make it 2-1. Our next subject, last one before the final round, is geography. And Matt or Kelvin, one of you's got to play this geography.
I think you should go in for it.
Right,
I'll just...
Do you think?
Well,
then I'm saved for the... Even if you lose, I'm saved for the final round.
yeah,
then.
due to that, I'm going to take on the geography.
Who are we going
With
to
much
take
joy.
Yeah.
It's CJ or Judith.
I think we should go with CJ.
You reckon?
Okay,
Yeah.
well, you're the man with the plan, so I'm happy with that.
So it's you against CJ, is it?
Yeah, that's
OK, right, Kelvin and CJ into the question room, please.
Go on, Kel.
Yeah.
So, Kelvin, it wouldn't take a genius to work out you're a big fan of the King.
Yeah, yeah. But I was born the day he died, you see, so I've kind of taken that on board. I popped out just as he popped off.
I thought he went to the moon or somewhere. I mean, he's been spotted so many places.
Well, he's been spotted in chip shops and everything in the northwest, but...
He actually turned up in Manchester as a baby.
Yeah, and here I am, so...
Now, would you like to go first or second?
I'll go first, please.
Right then, Kelvin, first question on geography for you. Which French town is famous for the tapestry depicting the Norman conquest of 1066? Is it Lisieux, Bayeux, or Dieppe?
OK, well... I'm not absolutely sure. I certainly don't know. But the only one that's sort of standing out to me there is Bayeux. And I'm wondering whether I've heard it called the Bayeux Tapestry or something like that. I could be way off the mark, but that is the answer I'm going to declare.
Okay,
Bayeux.
Bayeux,
Bayeux,
whatever you want to call it. The Norman conquest of 1066. Yes, the right answer. Good start, Kelvin. Well done.
Well done. Oh, nice.
CJ, first question for you. Blackpool is a seaside resort on which body of water? The English Channel, the Irish Sea, or the North Sea?
It's on the Irish Sea.
Irish Sea is the right answer. Well, second question for you, Kelvin. Mombasa is a port in which African country?